American writer Thomas Wolfe said, "Culture is the arts elevated to a set of beliefs." Culture in the arts is really the air that we breathe. Between songs, TikTok, television, film, and visual media, we're surrounded by new ideas all the time that tell us stories and introduce new thoughts and views about the world. Whether we like it or not, they have a profound impact on us, both as individuals and as society. So how do we engage well with it as Christians, just as Paul did back in Acts 17? Well, in this mini-series of videos, we're going to look at various pieces, and based off the work of apologists Ten Turnout and Dan Strange, we'll ask 4 questions. What's the story here? What is good and beautiful about it? What is corrupted about it? And most importantly, how does the gospel give us a better story? In this video, we're going to look at a pop song, which I really love, called Pink Pony Club by Chappell, Roan. It's an absolute banger if you've heard it. So anyway, let's kick off. What's the story? Well, the song is about a young woman from a small town in Tennessee, where everyone is kind of broadly the same. And she leaves for LA, much to her mother's dismay. She leaves her home to dance at a place called the Pink Pony Club, where she feels free to be who she is and really belong there. When the artist Chappell Roan spoke about the lyrics of the song, she says that it's inspired by her own life and finding belonging in an LGBT bar called the Abbey. And what is good and beautiful about the song? Well, we as humans are hardwired to belong to something greater than ourselves, to be both fully known and fully loved, not just being known and not loved and therefore rejected, and neither is it being loved but not fully known and therefore just fitting in, but true belonging as ourselves, loved and not hiding. I think that Chappell Roan brings that out really well. And she sees the value in that, to drop everything she knows to pursue this belonging. She's just looking for it in the wrong place. Now let's think about our next question. What is corrupted here? Well, aside from any ethical objections we may have, it's also the case that we live in a world where even the most accepting things to belong to are fleeting. Often they exist only when we conform to the core ideas and values of the group we find ourselves in, or that it's conditional upon what we are able to bring to the group, whether wealth, power, status, or talent. But if we differ too much in opinion, or we change over time, or if you're no longer able to bring the perceived value you brought at first, then the love becomes weaker, or we find ourselves actually just hiding to still fit in. Or even if we have the luxury of escaping that verdict, well, like death will eventually put an end to it. So how does the gospel give us a better story? Let's think of the story of the prodigal son in Luke 15. The younger son, like Chappell, leaves his home to pursue the party, a life of unfettered freedom in what the passage describes as reckless and wild living. But when times get tough, his newfound friends are nowhere to be found, and so he returns home, hoping to be treated as a hired hand rather than a son. But his father's not having any of it. He's been waiting by the window for him. His robe and family ring have been kept for him right by the front door, and the fattened calf is killed for a celebration upon his return. The real party that he has been pursuing has always been at home in his father's house, where he belongs as a son, bringing nothing to the table. True belonging and celebration is found with God. As we come to him, we are fully known and fully loved. So here's just a little example of how we can interact with the culture that's around us. And in the next 2 videos in this series, you can see a couple more examples as Tom Chevis looks at Mahler's Resurrection Symphony, while Ewan Smith explores Lana Del Rey's Kintsugi. And then, why not have a go yourself? Whether it's for your concerto, or your jazz standard, or whatever you're singing along to with your mates. Why not make use of those 4 questions and have a go? Who knows? It may only help to strengthen your praise in Jesus, or perhaps it'll open up a world of opportunities of speaking the gospel to our friends.